Many people over the age of 60 eat eggs and tomatoes almost every week. Some enjoy scrambled eggs for breakfast. Others slice tomatoes onto a sandwich or toss them into a salad. They seem like ordinary foods that have always been around. But what if the way you combine and prepare these two simple ingredients could make a meaningful difference for your muscles, your brain, your blood sugar, and even your heart as you grow older? The answer is not magic, and it is certainly not a miracle cure. But research suggests that everyday eating habits can add up over time. Sometimes the biggest changes do not come from expensive supplements or complicated diets. They come from simple choices repeated again and again. Now here's something surprising. Many older adults worry about losing strength or becoming forgetful, but they often overlook the foods already sitting in their own refrigerator. The truth is that healthy aging is built one meal at a time. A breakfast, a lunch, or a light dinner may seem small on its own, but over months and years, those choices can help support the body in remarkable ways. Think about it this way. Your body is like a house that has been standing for many decades. The walls may still be strong, but they need regular care. The roof may need repairs. The plumbing may need attention. The same is true for our muscles, our blood vessels, and even our brain cells. They need the right building materials to keep working as well as possible. I'm Tom Bennett, and I'm a senior health mentor who enjoys sharing practical, research-informed wellness ideas for healthy aging. My goal is not to promise quick fixes, but to help you better understand simple habits that may support your health and independence for years to come. One pair of foods that deserves more attention is eggs and tomatoes. Before we go any further, let me be clear. Eating eggs and tomatoes will not prevent every illness. They cannot erase years of unhealthy habits overnight. Everyone's body is different, and some people have allergies, medical conditions, or dietary restrictions that require special guidance. But for many older adults, these foods can be part of a balanced eating pattern that supports overall wellness. Many people don't realize this, but aging naturally changes the body's needs. After the age of 60, muscle tissue gradually becomes harder to maintain. Some people notice that climbing stairs feels more tiring than it used to. Carrying groceries may require more effort. Standing up from a chair may take an extra push with the arms. This gradual loss of muscle can affect independence and confidence if it becomes severe. At the same time, changes may occur inside the brain. Forgetting where the keys are from time to time is common, but many people also want to keep their thinking sharp, stay socially active, and continue enjoying hobbies they love. Nutrition is only one piece of the puzzle, but it is an important one. Blood sugar can also become more difficult to manage with age. Even people who have never been diagnosed with diabetes may notice that their bodies respond differently to meals than they did years ago. Energy may rise and fall more quickly. Hunger may appear sooner. Choosing foods that fit into a balanced eating plan can make daily life feel steadier. And then there is the heart. Our heart works every minute of every day without asking for a vacation. It pumps blood through thousands of miles of blood vessels, delivering oxygen and nutrients to every part of the body. Supporting heart health through regular movement, good sleep, stress management, and healthy eating remains one of the best long-term investments we can make. So where do eggs fit into this picture? For many years, eggs had a mixed reputation. Some people avoided them because they worried about cholesterol. Others enjoyed them every morning without concern. Today, many nutrition experts recognize that for most healthy people, eggs can fit into a balanced diet when eaten in appropriate amounts and as part of an overall healthy eating pattern. An egg is packed into a surprisingly small package. It contains high-quality protein, along with vitamins and minerals that the body uses every day. Protein matters because muscles are constantly being repaired. Even while you sleep, your body is breaking down old proteins and building new ones. Imagine trying to repair a wooden fence without enough lumber. The work slows down. Repairs remain unfinished. In a similar way, when older adults consistently eat too little protein, maintaining muscle becomes more difficult. Research suggests that adequate protein intake, together with regular strength-building activity, may help older adults preserve muscle mass and physical function. That does not mean everyone needs huge portions of meat at every meal. Instead, including quality protein throughout the day may provide steady support. Eggs can be one convenient source. Now here's another interesting point. Eggs also contain choline, a nutrient that plays a role in normal brain function and helps support the structure of cell membranes. Scientists continue to study its importance throughout life, especially as people age. While no single food can guarantee memory protection, getting enough essential nutrients remains part of supporting healthy brain function. What happened next may surprise you. The second food in today's discussion may be even more familiar than eggs. Tomatoes are everywhere. They appear in salads, soups, sauces, sandwiches, pasta dishes, and even homemade salsa. Yet many people think of them simply as colorful decorations on the plate. In reality, tomatoes provide vitamin C, potassium, fiber, and several beneficial plant compounds. One of the most widely studied is lycopene, the natural pigment that gives tomatoes their bright red color. Researchers have spent years investigating lycopene because it acts as an antioxidant. In simple terms, antioxidants help protect cells from certain forms of damage that can happen during normal metabolism and through exposure to everyday environmental stressors. Think of oxidation like the slow rusting of metal left outside in the rain. Our bodies are far more complex than metal, of course, but scientists believe that reducing unnecessary oxidative stress may support healthy aging when combined with other positive lifestyle habits. Interestingly, cooked tomato products such as tomato sauce or tomato paste may provide lycopene in a form that the body can absorb more easily than raw tomatoes alone. Even adding a small amount of healthy fat, such as olive oil, may improve absorption. This is one reason traditional meals around the world often combine tomatoes with olive oil or other healthy fats without people even realizing the nutritional advantage. Now let's bring these two foods together. Imagine starting your morning with scrambled eggs cooked alongside diced tomatoes, spinach, and onions. Or perhaps enjoying an omelet with tomatoes and herbs on the weekend. Another option could be sliced boiled eggs over a tomato salad with a drizzle of olive oil. These meals are simple, they are affordable, and they include protein, vitamins, minerals, and beneficial plant compounds in one plate. Of course, preparation matters. An egg served with heavily processed meats, deep-fried potatoes, and sugary drinks creates a very different meal than an egg paired with vegetables and whole grain toast. Likewise, tomatoes covered in large amounts of added sugar or served in highly processed foods may not offer the same overall benefits as fresh or minimally processed versions. Many people don't realize this, but healthy eating is often about the full picture rather than one ingredient. No single superfood can overcome smoking, inactivity, poor sleep, or chronic stress. At the same time, one imperfect meal does not ruin an otherwise healthy lifestyle. The goal is consistency, not perfection. As we continue, we'll explore how the combination of eggs and tomatoes may support muscle strength, brain function, blood sugar balance, and cardiovascular wellness in practical ways that fit everyday life. You may discover that one of the easiest improvements to your routine begins not with a prescription or an expensive product, but with two humble foods that have been in your kitchen all along. Let's take a closer look at what happens inside the body as we age, and why a simple breakfast of eggs and tomatoes may be more valuable than many people realize. Imagine an older couple living somewhere in the Midwest. Every Saturday morning they make breakfast together. Instead of stopping for fast food or heating up frozen pastries, they scramble a couple of eggs with tomatoes, mushrooms, and spinach. They add a slice of whole grain toast and enjoy a cup of coffee while reading the local paper. It doesn't seem like a life-changing event, but over months and years, small routines like this can become part of a pattern that supports healthier aging. One of the biggest concerns after age 60 is maintaining muscle strength. Muscle is not just for athletes or people who go to the gym every day. Muscle helps you carry groceries from the car, climb the stairs in your home, lift your grandchild, open a heavy door, or get out of a chair without losing balance. Research suggests that older adults often need enough high-quality protein spread throughout the day to help support muscle maintenance. Waiting until dinner to eat most of your protein may not be as beneficial as including moderate amounts at breakfast and lunch as well. This is one reason eggs can be such a practical choice. They are easy to prepare, widely available in grocery stores across the United States and Canada, and usually affordable compared with many other protein sources. Whether you shop at a neighborhood supermarket or a warehouse club, eggs are often one of the simplest ways to include quality protein in a meal. But protein is only part of the story. Think about your muscles like a team of workers repairing roads after winter. They need building materials to fill cracks and strengthen weak spots. Without enough supplies, repairs slow down. With the right materials arriving regularly, maintenance becomes much easier. Of course, food alone is not enough. Walking, light resistance exercises, gardening, carrying groceries, or using resistance bands can all encourage muscles to stay active. Nutrition and movement work best as partners. Now, let's talk about the brain. Many older adults say the same thing. I just want to stay sharp. They want to remember birthdays, enjoy conversations, manage finances, travel confidently, and continue living independently. While occasional forgetfulness is a normal part of life, supporting brain health through everyday habits remains important. Eggs contain choline, a nutrient involved in normal brain function and healthy nerve signaling. At the same time, tomatoes provide antioxidants and other plant compounds that researchers continue to study for their role in supporting overall cellular health. Think about your brain like a busy library. Millions of messages are constantly moving from shelf to shelf. Good nutrition does not guarantee perfect memory, but providing the brain with the nutrients it needs may help support those daily processes. Sleep, social connection, learning new skills, regular physical activity, and managing blood pressure are also essential pieces of the puzzle. Healthy aging rarely depends on one habit alone. Instead, it is often the result of many good choices working together. Now, here's something many people don't expect. The combination of eggs and tomatoes may also fit well into an eating pattern that supports steady energy throughout the day. A breakfast built around sugary pastries, sweetened cereal, or large donuts may cause blood sugar to rise quickly and then fall just as fast. That sudden swing can leave people feeling tired or hungry before lunchtime. Replacing part of that meal with protein-rich eggs and fiber-containing vegetables like tomatoes may help create a more satisfying breakfast. Many people find that they stay full longer and are less tempted to snack on candy or chips in the middle of the morning. For older adults who have diabetes or prediabetes, meal planning should always follow the guidance of their healthcare team. But in general, balanced meals that include protein, vegetables, healthy fats, and appropriate portions of carbohydrates are often recommended as part of healthy eating patterns. Think about it this way. Your blood sugar is a little like traffic on a busy highway. Large spikes and sudden stops create congestion. A steadier flow helps everything move more smoothly. While no single meal controls blood sugar on its own, consistent eating habits may support better day-to-day balance. Heart health is another area where these foods can play a role. Tomatoes are naturally rich in potassium, an important mineral that helps the body maintain normal fluid balance and supports healthy muscle and nerve function, including the muscles involved in heartbeat. They also provide lycopene, which has been studied for its antioxidant properties. Meanwhile, eggs can fit within many heart-healthy eating patterns when prepared in sensible ways and enjoyed alongside vegetables, fruits, whole grains, beans, nuts, and other nutritious foods. Preparation makes a difference. For example, an omelet filled with tomatoes, peppers, onions, and spinach, cooked with a small amount of olive oil, creates a very different nutritional picture than eggs served with several strips of bacon, buttery biscuits, and heavily salted processed meats every morning. Many North Americans enjoy brunch on weekends. If that's part of your routine, consider adding more vegetables to the plate instead of increasing portions of processed meats. Even a simple side of sliced tomatoes can brighten both the meal and its nutritional value. Another practical idea is meal prep. Some retirees enjoy preparing food ahead of time on Sunday afternoons. They may boil several eggs to keep in the refrigerator for quick lunches or snacks during the week. Fresh cherry tomatoes can be washed in advance and stored in containers, so they are easy to grab before heading out to volunteer, attend church, visit family, or meet friends. Healthy choices become much easier when they are also convenient. It's also worth remembering that taste changes with age. Some older adults notice that food seems less flavorful than it once did. Tomatoes can add freshness and natural sweetness without relying on excessive salt, while herbs such as basil, parsley, or chives can make simple egg dishes more enjoyable. What happened next may surprise you. In several communities, nutrition educators have found that older adults often improve their overall eating habits, not by following strict diets, but by making one manageable change at a time. Swapping a processed breakfast sandwich for eggs with tomatoes a few days each week may seem like a small adjustment, yet small adjustments are often the easiest to maintain. And consistency is where meaningful progress happens. At the same time, moderation remains important. More is not always better. Eating a wide variety of foods helps provide the many nutrients your body needs. Fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, fish, dairy products, nuts, seeds, and lean proteins all have a place in a balanced diet. Eggs and tomatoes should be viewed as valuable teammates, not miracle foods. Finally, remember that every person is unique. Someone with kidney disease, food allergies, digestive conditions, or other medical concerns may need individualized advice. If you have questions about what is best for your situation, discussing your eating plan with your healthcare professional or a registered dietitian can be a wise step. The encouraging news is this: supporting healthy aging does not have to be complicated. Often it begins with simple decisions made in ordinary kitchens, using familiar ingredients that are easy to find at your local grocery store. And eggs and tomatoes may be two of the easiest places to start. Before we wrap up, I'd like to share a few everyday situations that many older adults across the United States and Canada experience. These examples show that healthy eating is often less about following strict rules and more about making practical choices that fit real life. Let's start with breakfast. Many retirees have busy mornings, even after leaving the workforce. They may be taking grandchildren to school, volunteering at church, attending community events, or meeting friends for coffee. When time is short, it's tempting to grab a packaged pastry or a sugary breakfast bar. But imagine taking just 5 extra minutes to make a simple meal of scrambled eggs with diced tomatoes and spinach. Pair it with a slice of whole grain toast and fresh fruit, and you have a breakfast that provides protein, fiber, and a variety of vitamins without being complicated. The difference may not seem dramatic that day, yet over the course of a year, making that choice several times each week could mean dozens or even hundreds of more balanced meals. Now think about lunch. Many older adults eat lunch alone, and when cooking for one person, convenience often wins. Opening a bag of chips or heating a frozen meal may feel easier than preparing fresh food. One simple solution is to prepare ingredients ahead of time. Keep boiled eggs in the refrigerator. Wash cherry tomatoes and store them in containers that are easy to reach. Add a handful of greens, some beans, or leftover grilled chicken, and lunch comes together in minutes. Many people don't realize this, but healthy eating often depends more on preparation than on willpower. When nutritious foods are easy to grab, people are more likely to eat them. Dinner offers another opportunity. Picture a family gathering where everyone enjoys baked salmon, roasted vegetables, and a tomato salad. The meal is satisfying, colorful, and full of variety. Eggs are not on the menu that evening, and that's perfectly fine. Healthy eating is not about forcing yourself to eat the same foods every day. Variety helps provide a broad range of nutrients while keeping meals enjoyable. Another common question is whether older adults should avoid eggs because of cholesterol. For many years, this topic created confusion. Current research suggests that for most people, moderate egg consumption can fit within a healthy dietary pattern. However, individual needs vary. Those with certain medical conditions or who have been given specific dietary instructions by their healthcare professional should continue following that personalized advice. In other words, context matters. An overall eating pattern rich in vegetables, fruits, whole grains, legumes, nuts, and lean sources of protein generally has a greater impact on long-term health than focusing on one food alone. The same idea applies to tomatoes. Fresh tomatoes are wonderful, but canned tomatoes without excessive sodium, low-sugar tomato sauces, and homemade soups can also be practical choices, especially during winter months when fresh produce may be more expensive or less flavorful in some parts of North America. Let's also talk about gardening. Across the United States and Canada, many retirees enjoy growing tomatoes in backyard gardens or patio containers. Gardening itself encourages gentle movement, time outdoors, and a sense of purpose. Harvesting your own tomatoes can make healthy meals even more rewarding. There is another lesson hidden here. Healthy aging is rarely about chasing perfection. It is about creating a lifestyle that supports your body in many different ways. Preparing meals at home, staying physically active, spending time with loved ones, sleeping well, managing stress, and attending regular medical checkups all work together. Food is one important piece of that larger picture. Perhaps the most encouraging message is this: it is never too late to make positive changes. Some viewers may be in their early 60s and planning for decades ahead. Others may be in their 80s and wondering if healthier habits still matter. Research continues to suggest that beneficial lifestyle changes can support health and quality of life at many stages of aging. You do not have to be perfect. You do not have to overhaul your pantry overnight. You simply have to take the next small step. Maybe tomorrow morning that step is adding sliced tomatoes to your breakfast. Maybe next week it is preparing boiled eggs ahead of time for quick lunches. Or perhaps it is inviting a friend over to share a homemade meal instead of eating alone. Small actions repeated consistently often become lasting habits. And lasting habits are what help shape healthier years ahead. By now you might be thinking, this all sounds good, but how can I actually put it into practice? The good news is that you do not need to completely change the way you eat overnight. In fact, trying to change everything at once often makes healthy habits harder to keep. Small, steady improvements usually last much longer. Let's imagine your next trip to the grocery store. As you walk through the produce section, pick up a container of ripe tomatoes. They might be vine-ripened tomatoes, Roma tomatoes, grape tomatoes, or cherry tomatoes. Choose whichever you enjoy and can easily use during the week. Then stop by the dairy aisle and pick up a carton of eggs. With just those two ingredients, you already have the foundation for several simple meals. One morning, you could make scrambled eggs with chopped tomatoes and fresh herbs. Another day, you could prepare a vegetable omelet with tomatoes, spinach, and mushrooms. For lunch, sliced hard-boiled eggs and tomatoes can be added to a salad with cucumbers, leafy greens, olive oil, and a splash of vinegar. Even dinner can be simple. A bowl of vegetable soup with tomatoes served alongside a boiled egg and whole grain bread can be both comforting and satisfying. Notice that none of these meals are expensive or difficult to prepare. Many older adults live on a fixed income, and healthy eating should not require luxury ingredients. Some of the most nourishing foods are also among the most affordable. Now here's something that often surprises people. Cooking tomatoes may actually increase the availability of lycopene, the antioxidant compound that gives them their red color. Tomato sauce, stewed tomatoes, and tomato paste can all fit into a balanced diet, especially when they are not loaded with added sugar or excessive sodium. That means you do not have to eat raw tomatoes every day to enjoy their potential benefits. Likewise, eggs can be prepared in many healthy ways. Boiled, poached, or lightly scrambled eggs generally require very little added fat. If you fry eggs, consider using a modest amount of heart-healthy oil rather than large amounts of butter or shortening. Many people don't realize this, but what you eat with eggs often matters just as much as the eggs themselves. For example, pairing eggs with colorful vegetables, fruit, oatmeal, or whole grain toast creates a very different meal than pairing them with oversized portions of processed meats and refined pastries. Think of each meal as building a team. Eggs bring high-quality protein. Tomatoes contribute vitamins, minerals, and beneficial plant compounds. Whole grains provide fiber and lasting energy. Healthy fats from foods like olive oil, nuts, or avocado can complement the meal. When these foods work together, they create a balanced pattern that may better support healthy aging than relying on any one ingredient alone. Hydration also deserves attention. As people get older, the sense of thirst may become less noticeable. Some adults simply forget to drink enough water during the day. Staying hydrated supports normal body functions and can work hand in hand with good nutrition. Physical activity is another partner in this equation. You do not need to run marathons. A daily walk around the neighborhood, gentle stretching, chair exercises, gardening, dancing, or light strength training can all help maintain mobility and independence. When paired with adequate protein intake, regular movement may better support muscle health as we age. Social connections matter too. Sharing a healthy breakfast with a spouse, inviting a neighbor over for lunch, or cooking with grandchildren can turn nutritious meals into meaningful experiences. Loneliness has been linked with poorer health outcomes, so combining healthy eating with positive relationships can support overall well-being. Another helpful habit is paying attention to consistency rather than perfection. Everyone has days when they eat dessert at a birthday party or enjoy pizza while watching a football game. Those moments are part of life. Healthy aging is not about guilt or strict rules. It is about the choices you make most of the time. If one meal is less balanced than you hoped, simply make the next one a little better. Over weeks, months, and years, those ordinary decisions may add up in important ways. Before we finish, let's review the biggest ideas from today's conversation. Eggs can provide high-quality protein and nutrients such as choline that support normal body functions, including healthy muscle maintenance and brain health. Tomatoes offer vitamin C, potassium, fiber, and lycopene, a plant compound that researchers continue to study for its antioxidant properties. Eating these foods together as part of an overall balanced diet may help support healthy aging, especially when combined with regular physical activity, good sleep, stress management, and routine medical care. Most importantly, there is no need to chase miracle cures or expensive products. Sometimes the best habits are the simplest ones. The breakfast you prepare tomorrow morning may not transform your health overnight, but making thoughtful choices again and again can move you in a positive direction. So here are a few easy actions you can start today. Try including a source of protein, such as eggs, in one meal each day if it fits your dietary needs. Add tomatoes or other colorful vegetables to meals several times a week to increase variety and nutrient intake. Choose cooking methods that use less added fat and less sodium whenever possible. Stay active in ways that are safe and enjoyable for your body, even if it is just a daily walk or a few minutes of resistance exercises. And finally, keep building healthy habits, one small step at a time, instead of expecting instant results. If you found this conversation helpful, consider sharing it with your spouse, a brother or sister, a parent, or a friend who is also thinking about healthy aging. Sometimes one simple idea passed from one family member to another can inspire lasting change. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Remember, growing older does not mean giving up on your health. Every balanced meal, every walk around the block, every good night's sleep, and every positive choice is another investment in the life you want to keep living. Keep going, stay encouraged, and never underestimate the power of small daily habits. Over time, they may make a meaningful difference.